Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Gloria and thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today I wanted to talk about my Philodendron pink princess and how I care for it essentially, and kind of like an update because I did make a video recently about how this plant was really stressing me out, but since then a lot has changed, so I wanted to, make this video. So if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below so you don't miss on any new videos, and yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So first off, let me show you guys my plant and its beautiful new leaf. It's a half moon leaf and half of it is pink, which is absolutely stunning. Just look at that. Oh my goodness. It's so bright, and you could tell there's a big difference between this leaf over here and the new leaf, and that is because I've accidentally gave it too much light and it kind of just bleached the pink part off. So that's why I turned a little bit more pale. So my first tip for how I grow my Philodendron pink princess is to make sure to not keep it in direct light. So definitely no direct sunlight, but if you're using a grow light, to not keep it too close. So I would say probably 6 to 12 inches from a grow light bulb, which is what I do. But if you put it right up against, like less than 6 inches, right up against the grow light, it's definitely gonna, burn it essentially, or bleach it. Another tip is to stimulate more pink in your pink princess. And how I do that is I basically just chop the plant, which I did over down here. If you guys can see, there's kind of like a cut mark, and I've snipped this guy, and took a few months for it to grow a new shoot. You have to be really patient with this plant for sure. And since then it grew out 2 new leaves, which this was the first leaf, and don't be alarmed, which I was clearly very alarmed because there was 0 pink on this leaf, but you have to give it some time, let it kind of get used to your environment. And the next leaf that came out was beautiful. So it has this super cute pink variegation, half the leaf is pink, and it's already growing out a new leaf, so these are definitely fast growers. And that's how I propagated my Philodendron pink princess in order to stimulate more pink variegation. So next tip that I have is watering. So with this guy, you have to make sure you don't overwater it. And how I water my Philodendron pink princess is I let the soil get probably about like 80% dry, 80-90%, so almost completely dry. So I stick my finger into the soil, check the root ball, like kind of towards the center of the plant, and if it feels like it's very dry, there's no moisture left, then that is when I water it. So I don't water it based on a schedule, like I don't water it once a week or once every 10 days, but it does end up being every 7 to 10 days. But I do make sure I test the soil before I water it. And when I do water it, I use either filtered water, or I let tap water sit out for a day or two before I water it, just so it's a little less harsh. Obviously the best is rainwater or distilled water, but my plant's doing fine with my watering techniques. And I make sure the soil is completely soaked and drains through before I put it back into its cover pot, which is this white one. So this one is just in a nursery pot, so there's plenty of holes at the bottom to make sure that the water drains out. Last but not least, I wanted to talk about humidity. So with humidity, I think this guy definitely likes more on the higher side. So not ridiculously high, like 80-90%, but I would say it definitely wants over 50-60% for it to do well, because I find the leaves can get stuck if the humidity is low. So if you don't have a humidifier, I would say probably mist your plants a lot more often. So especially when a new leaf is coming out, it grows super weird. I'll show you on my other pink princess. So this was the top cutting. So as you can see, there's not much going on, but there is a new leaf coming out over there. And yeah, it kind of just can easily get stuck, as you can see with this one. So I usually mist it a couple times a day when a new leaf is emerging, and I make sure the humidifier is running 24/7 and it's close to the humidifier so that leaves don't get stuck, because that is probably the worst thing that can happen if a leaf snaps and you've waited so long for this new leaf to come out. So I would definitely say that this plant is still a stressful plant, don't get me wrong, just because it does have unstable variegation, and not a lot of plants have unstable variegation, some have stable, so that each new leaf actually comes out with some sort of color and it's not just green. But this guy, if you don't give it enough light, and so a nice bright and direct light, humidity, and all the things that it loves, it will actually just revert back to kind of like a burgundy plant. So it becomes kind of like a darkish color, kind of like this piece of the leaf, but no pink. And if you're gonna spend the money on a pink Philodendron Pink Princess, you would hope that it would actually stay pink. So those were my tips and tricks and my update on my Philodendron Pink Princess, and I hope that's helped some of you guys out with some of your plants. If it did, drop a comment down below. I'd love to hear your story and what's happening with your plant. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks, bye.